Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. This is a reaction to 25 things that visitors will find most surprising about the United States. Yeah, it's a very short video for 25 things. So, I mean, I don't know how it's going to fit it all into this video, but we're just going to jump straight into this. Links are in the description to my Patreon where you can see reactions that I can't post to YouTube. Movies, TV series reactions, all that stuff, links are there. But these things that I'm going to find surprising, 25 things is a lot. It's a very big list for such a short video, but we're going to just see what's in this video.
I always thought because America is supposed to be the land of the free, nudity would be part of the norm over there, but it isn't.
What?
It's surprising. Mark Roberts. Here are 25 things that visitors will find most surprising about the United States. 25. People almost never carry cash. Payments are usually...
When was this video made? 9 years ago. Oh, to be fair, 9 years ago. 9 years ago, cash definitely was more of a thing. I mean, 9 years ago, I would have been 14. Yeah, I would have just turned 14. So I didn't have a bank card until I was like 15, 16, I don't think. But yeah, to be fair, 9 years ago, I can't really speak for myself because I wasn't an adult. But I feel like cash was definitely much more common. Obviously now, pretty much no one uses cash. But I guess the US was just ahead, possibly just in terms of just they were the first people to start carrying mainly just cards with them.
Debit or credit. 24. If you're from Europe, this won't surprise you, but parents can be arrested for physically punishing their children. 23.
I guess that's probably how it is here. I don't really know how it works, to be honest.
Your credit score is extremely important, and not just...
Does that mean you can't smack your child's bum? If he's been a naughty boy, just give him a little cheeky slap on the bum. I mean, I've been slapped on my bum a few times because I deserved it. Put me in my place, but nothing too physical. But I guess some people maybe go to extreme lengths. I'm not sure.
For getting a loan. Even jobs will sometimes check on it. 22. Tipping happens. A lot. If you're going out to eat or getting a haircut, get ready to flex your algebra muscles. 21.
What?
Prices. The US price tags don't include taxes, so what you see on the tag is not necessarily what you pay at the register.
Crazy.
This may confuse some visitors.
Which confused me so much.
20. People actually drive within their lanes. Okay, this is pretty common in Europe too, but if you're coming from Asia or Africa, get ready to witness the wonder.
Okay.
19. The country is huge, and there is virtually no public transportation. This is a symptom of the Wild West mentality. It's up to you to find your own way around. 18. Poorer people are usually more obese than richer people. Once again, this stems from the Wild West mentality. Health is not seen as a societal issue, but an individual issue. As a result, poor people will have less access to and knowledge of health-related topics.
That is brutal.
17. With some exceptions, cities look the same, suburbs look the same, and everything is zoned. Don't expect your suburban neighborhood to be full of cool stores.
When he says, wait, it's not squares. What's the term?
Don't expect your suburban to be the same, and everything is zoned.
Zoned. Does that mean like sort of how US cities are all like, it's sort of like squares, it's all like perfect squares and stuff? Is that what being zoned is? I don't actually think it is, but I can't remember what zone, like the being zoned actually means, the term.
Don't expect your suburban neighborhood to be full of cool stores, boutiques, or bars, though I have to admit this is a trend that's changing. 16. Piggybacking on the last point, and the one about public transportation, if you do happen to want to go to a restaurant or a store, you will absolutely categorically need a car, unless you live in a big city. 15. Portion sizes are beyond massive. Coupled with the car culture, it's easy to see why obesity is more prevalent than in other parts of the world. 14. The government has much less say in your life than in other countries.
Wait, really? Okay, I'm fascinated by this one. How is this the case?
And there is far less regulation of food, health, family life, education, etc. 13.
So is that just meaning that people are like sort of left to make their own decisions more on their own? So if they choose to buy certain things or to do certain things. Does that maybe actually does that mean just the laws are a lot more loose? So if you just do certain things and it's just then it's you to blame if you affect yourself or something, or the other way around, you can benefit from it as well. I don't really know how that means the government is less involved.
Guns. Yes, this is a prime example of the last point. It is insanely easy for you to purchase a gun. But no, most Americans have never been in or seen a gun battle. The country is safer than the news would suggest.
What the fuck?
12. Drive-thrus are everywhere.
This always blows my mind when there's drive-thrus for like chemists and alcohol and stuff.
Or even drive-through pharmacies.
Pharmacies, not chemists. That's my British slang coming out.
Once again, more convenience is offset by less health. 11. The US is one of the only developed nations without public health care. Once again, this reflects the no government philosophy. Each person is seen as being responsible for making enough money to fund their health. Everything, including healthcare, is earned. 10. Everything is big. Houses are big, food is big, stores are big, cars are big. The country is big. 9. There is no free higher education. Once again, this is a result of less government oversight. On the flip side, each state regulates education independently, and many times, if you do well in school, the state will pay for your college via a scholarship.
Okay.
As I said before,
I think that's pretty similar to the UK, to be
everything
honest.
is earned. 8. Each state has its own military. Well, technically they are militias. This also
Really?
highlights a much deeper point. Every state is run independently.
That's mad. They've all got their own sort of like armies in a sense. That is so fascinating.
Taxes, education, military, etc. is all controlled to a significant extent on the state level. 7. Compared to other places, philanthropy is a way of life. In fact, no matter where you're from, the amount of money the average household gives to charity will probably disturb you a bit.
Damn.
But once again, in Europe, people see charity and taking care of the poor as the responsibility of the state. In the US, it's the responsibility.
Really? So, just the general public will be the ones helping these people in need, more or less. That's so fascinating.
Of individuals, churches, nonprofits, etc. 6. Children are expected to leave home when they're 18. No matter where you're from, you'll find this surprising. 5. Americans are very friendly to everybody, even strangers. Almost everywhere else on Earth, friendliness / bubbliness / openness is reserved for your closest friends and not your acquaintances. This causes some visitors to feel confused when they meet somebody on the street, only to realize later that the relationship isn't as deep as they thought it was. 4. Buffets, washing machines, 24-hour Walmarts, free refills. For better or for worse, these conveniences are unheard of in other parts of the world.
Did you say washing machines?
Buffets, washing machines.
I guess maybe certain parts of the world. I don't know. I mean, I guess that's not really a comparison to the UK. Or a lot of countries, to be fair. Maybe he's just comparing this to like the poorest countries for the washing machines one.
These conveniences are unheard of in other parts of the world. 3. The customer is king. While in Europe, both the customer and employee are on equal footing, in the US, the employees are expected to satisfy the customer.
I think when I worked at McDonald's, you're always told that the customer is the most important person. Like, I don't know if it's as extreme as it is in the US. Like, obviously, the customer service is different level there. But I think in the UK, you're probably in between. Like, it's definitely more so the customer is the one, like, the more important person, not the employer or the employee, so should I say. But yeah, I guess with the US, it's like it's a different level in terms of the customer being important and all that sort of stuff.
Typically, this leads to a higher level of customer service / attentiveness, which visitors may find helpful, or annoying depending on their mood. 2. The diversity is unreal. Geographically, climatically, demographically, ideologically, it's almost impossible to categorize or generalize about the United States. 1. From the Revolutionary War to the
Enter at your own risk.
gold rush to modern day healthcare and education, everything is earned by the individual through blood, sweat, and tears. The US is a land of great opportunities, but with great opportunities comes great responsibility. Great risks. For those who are willing to take the risks and fight an uphill battle, and possibly lose everything, then the Wild West is still open for business.
Well, there we go. 25 things that visitors will find surprising about the US. 18, it's not that poor people don't know it's dangerous. It's because food filled with sugar is cheaper than healthy food, which is an issue around the world. That's not just a US problem, especially in the UK as well. Wait, hold on. So in other countries, you can just stay home after 18 and not be considered a loser? Billboards, that was the number one thing that surprised me about visiting the USA. My God, they're everywhere. See, that's the thing that I sort of see in like GTA and stuff, like the billboards and stuff, all those kinds of things. But obviously, it's not really something that I could really picture in person until you actually go and see it. Damn. So I guess in America, because I've seen that mentioned before. In America, like when you're 18, it's like time to grow up and move out. But I thought it was the other way around in terms of just not the other way around. But I just thought how it is now, people who are 18 are not necessarily moving out. I mean, I moved out I got my own place at 19. I was 19 and a half. And I thought that was like crazy. Like that was young. I've still got friends who are like 23. 23 who lives at home. I'm trying to think. 21 lives at home. Yeah, a lot of my friends who are working and they've got full-time jobs. They've got their college degrees or their uni degrees, should I say. They're working good level jobs, especially for where we are living at home. Like, yeah, I feel like a good 75% of my friends, and I'm like 20, I'm 23. A lot of my friends are between 20, 24, 25, like in that age range. I think a lot of them live at home. Most of them live at home. But yeah, actually, I guess that's quite true. Because people, like, a lot of them obviously moved out to uni and stuff because they were going to different cities. But then a lot of them are now finished and they've come back. And I guess that is just sort of, it just shows how maybe they move out younger, but then they want to sort of settle down, save some money, and then they'll move out again. I guess that's mostly what it is, like more or less, because they just want to save money before they actually move out for good. But in the US, I guess it's just not a thing. Once you're 18, you're just out in the real world and you're not really coming back home. But I guess it just, from person to person, it probably changes. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this reaction. And until next time, like, subscribe, and peace.